on a cold night. And nothing like being inside, Jack.
Warm, cozy gym.
You got it. Here's Barnes. Up top, guarded by Bridges. And Scotty, ball in his hands, running things. With Emmanuel quickly, the former New York Knick. He's played in 3 games, not back as of yet. Abaji looking for Pirtle. Pirtle goes to work underneath, sees bodies.
Doing just that. The Knicks trailed end to end on Saturday against the Pistons, so looking to redeem themselves tonight.
Grady Dick comes down with the rebound. Brady into the front court. Last 2 games averaging over 20. Oh, the sweet touch. Grady Dick, count it.
Little exclamation point that time. Stop it on a dime.
By the way, this past Saturday, you mentioned they lose 120-111. Kate Cunningham with a triple-double, 29-10 in 15 assists and only 3 turnovers. He was spectacular against this New York team. No Karl Anthony Towns. Jared will see Precious Achiuwa more than likely at some point tonight. This will be his 3rd game back. Scotty the 3. Barnes knocks it down from Burlington.
He was hunting that shot down. The defense drifted back. He stepped right into that.
New York, their offense has been outstanding. Bridges, jumper doesn't go. Over the last 12 games, averaging better than 120 points. And a whistle and a foul, and the foul's going
to play with a cushion. Put yourself in a position where you got the crowd behind you dictating terms.
Raptors lead 5-0 nearly 2 minutes in. Bridges, he was acquired in the summertime after OG knocks down that shot, signed his big extension. RJ Barrett from side in the East. Their best in a decade in New York. So they're trying to build on that championship aspirations as Bridges lays it up and through.
Well, that's the beauty of having Karl Anthony Towns. You can play 5 out, and he's a wonderful passer out there at the top of the key.
Raptors lead by 1. Great start. 3 of 4 from the field. Barnes working with Pirtle. Pirtle stays with it, finds Abaji. Excellent corner 3. And Abaji from Ancaster. And the Raptors. Abaji didn't make a 3 Saturday in the loss to the Dallas Mavericks. Bucket is good. Brunson.
Nice jump stop that time by Brunson, shedding the defender. So fundamentally sound.
Raptors showed tremendous amount of resiliency and grit on Saturday. Trailed by 24 as Grady misses that shot. And they cut it to 5 late. Here's Josh Hart. He was ejected in that game on Saturday in Detroit. He lays it up and through.
Well, and you look at the Raptors. This was a problem the other night, giving up transition opportunities.
Jalen Brunson comes flying right at Jack Armstrong, and Jack, good job there.
All right.
You know, see, gentlemen,
I held on to my tea. I held on to my cup of tea,
yeah,
and I held on to Jalen at the same time.
That's
so
good.
It's all good. Everybody's
and
fine.
he actually said thank you.
He sure did. He's a gentleman. Father played here in the Raptors.
Rick Brunson.
Chat with him before the game.
Played at Temple, and his son, as Grady misses and crashes in to the court there. And then Christian, our camera operator. But he appears to be okay. Here's OG. Of course, Jalen Brunson played at Villanova. And a whistle and a foul.
I tell you what, I mentioned this the other night. Okay, again.
That I could do that stuff. I was doing that stuff in Toronto, so of course he's giving his respects, Matt and Jack, to where it all started.
OG Anunoby, always great to see OG. OG, 6.5 years with the Toronto Raptors, and just great development and growth as a player, and always fun to see at the arena, Jack. And he can guard. The difference is, as you know,
just stay healthy.
Yeah, well, stay healthy. He averaged 60 games when he was with the Toronto Raptors. But the other thing, you're playing in New York, the #1 market. All the things that he was doing here, he's doing there as well. And now in the #1 market, people see it. And if they hadn't noticed before, Jalen Brunson, and it's knocked down. Towns, double comes momentarily. Josh Hart now, clock down. Great defense by the Raptors, and Scotty with it. He'll get it into the front court.
They made Towns kill the dribble and really got into people.
Scotty lets it fly. RJ on the offensive glass with a putback.
Well, shot right, coming off left. Good job by RJ Barrett. Get to the weak side.
RJ's second game against his former team, had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists in the first meeting against New York. After the trade, great dish, and Hart lays it up and in.
Knicks have done a great job with their back cuts. They've got 3 opportunities tonight on that. Got to see man and ball when you're guarding cutters.
New York 5 for 5 in the paint. Jakob looking for Scotty, and Bridges draped all over him. Scotty behind the back, and then the pass ends up with a Bonji in the corner. Barrett buries it, and it was
A little too hard to Pirtle. Pirtle's got great soft hands, but as you said, Matty D, it all worked out.
Raptors have already made 4 threes. Raptors are 29th in the NBA in three-pointers made. Towns, Barnes gets a piece of it. Last touch by New York, and Bride checks in along with Precious Achiuwa, former Raptor.
Mobo and Mitchell check in for the Raps.
Davey out of Mitchell, and Jonathan Mobo with a Barrett, Pirtle, and Dick. RJ drive, kick, free, good. Mitchell from Mark.
Deep into the paint and then throw it out to the line for the clean look.
Achiuwa with it. Precious, this is his 3rd game back. Yeah, the Precious in the paint with a bucket. And it's good. Achiuwa against Detroit, 6 points, 28 minutes in this first game, December the 5th against Charlotte, played 12 minutes. And Mobo unable to get that to go, and Pirtle in the crowd turns around and buries it.
Great job by Pirtle sticking with it, and Mobo getting it to the rim, and the inside position. Pirtle, top shelf offensive rebounder.
3 of 3 from Johnson.
But as playing time under his belt, comfort level will get there, but he looks like he belongs, that's for sure.
Yeah. No training camp, and I know his numbers don't stand out, but to your point, looks the part, there's no question. And the IQ, here's Kelly Olynyk on the inside, and the Raptors lead by 4.
Raptors excellent tonight offensively, 56%, 62 from 3.
Whistle, movement, the cutting, and at times he will have the ball in his hands where he's going to share, and that's one of the reasons why you see the numbers. And folks, there's just not many players in the league right now that are averaging better than 23 points, over 6 rebounds, and nearly 6 assists. He's one of 5 players to do that, as we send it over to Kayla.
KG.
Hey, it's so important, Matt, that you mentioned just how young RJ is, because even Scotty Barnes agrees that we forget just how young he is, and what he's doing is something that's special. He's telling me the aggressiveness, that was something I wasn't really sure about when I first started playing with him. You watch it on TV, but to be with him on the floor and see that in person, guys involved, and he just continues to grow in that regard in terms of the passing and making sure guys get theirs. RJ, Matt and Jack, Scotty says, is the ultimate teammate.
Mobo's shot doesn't go. Second time. Brunson just gave the Knicks their first lead. Brunson into the front court.
Got to dunk that. Got to take that with force.
Here's Brunson, and a foul.
Opportunity to be the playmaker, right? Because the ball squirts around quickly, and you're expected to execute that next action. And his reads have been much better as he's gotten more accustomed to this style.
Brunson leads the team in points, assists, field goal attempts, free throw attempts, as well as made threes. Had 31 on Saturday. He was questionable to play. He played. And Brunson ended up playing 44 minutes. Raptor fans, submit your photos and videos on social, tagging at Tangerine Hoops, showing us how you fanned in the past 30 years for a chance to be featured later in the broadcast. Brunson with 8. Brunson gets a second 3-point lead. Mitchell with Barnes, Olenek, Mobo, and Walter. Scotty with the 3. Doesn't go.
13-4 run right now for the Knicks in this stretch.
Scotty shooting 30% from 3-point range, although over the last couple of games, a better percentage. Achua misses at the rim over the backs. A little bit of time, right? Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, key pieces with the New York Knicks, although they didn't have Randle for the second half, over the second half of part of the season. And Towns coming over. But Tom Thibodeau, familiar with him. He coached him in Minnesota. And now things are starting to click. And you see the numbers.
Yeah, he had 26 points as a career high in Minnesota, 2019-20, and this is his second highest scoring average in his career. So fitting in nicely. And again, when you have a pick and roll partner like Brunson, lights out.
Walter puts it on the deck, driving on Cameron Payne, and a foul's going to be charged to Payne. He's now 6 of 9 on the season from the free throw line, the 19th overall selection. And this is his 11th game on the season. Able to get a both and a 3-point lead for New York. Payne up top, working with Towns. Guarded by Scotty Barnes. He can guard 1 through 5, and Towns is bumped. And a foul
for the Knicks tonight. The Raptors have only shot 2, and obviously the Raptors have had a lot of success from 3-point range, 5 of 9 tonight, so haven't really been at the rim much. And when they have been there, got to convert.
And we saw that on Saturday too, right, Jack? When Dallas was 32 of 37 from the foul line. The Raptors 17 of 18. Raptors outscored Dallas late, 31-25 in that fourth quarter. Again, this is a resilient young group that the Toronto Raptors have. The Raptors, 12 of their 24 games have been decided by 7 points or less, and they have held the lead or been within 7 points in the fourth quarter, 15 of their 17 losses. Here's Walter, open 3, too strong. McBride with a rebound, the hole for the final shot.
Beautifully executed. They got a wide open look off of penetration and the swing action.
Toronto, they've missed their last 5. Bridges, and a good drive, and then